never wanted to be a drag queen, you know? I always loved them. I never wanted to be one. And I don't know, I just finally was like, you know what? F it. I don't care. You know, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I don't know, I just feel like there's some people in this world that just, they don't see it as an art form, you know? And, and it is, you know, it's an art form. It's like when you know what it takes to do drag and to be a drag queen, it's like there's so much hard work put into it, and it is an art because you are literally transforming yourself into something else. Oh my god. Okay, so here's the thing. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny that this is a question. Do I do drag because I want to be a woman? Okay, that is the thing with it, is that that's that's why I I think that's why I really feel some shame around it, because um, because people, I'm sorry, idiotic people think that drag queens are drag queens because they want to be women, but that's not true at all. I mean, for some, there are some, like, you know, transsexual women that start out as drag queens. You know what I mean? And then they eventually, you know, they get their they do their hormones, and they become the person that they are supposed to be. You know, but for most of us, it's just it's a performing art. You know what I mean? It's maybe it's some of us. I can't speak for everybody, but maybe it's like some of us that are musical theater junkies, you know, that maybe didn't have the greatest voice, or maybe didn't have, or, you know, maybe couldn't get cast in like the roles that they wanted. You know what I mean? Drag is an outlet where they can be kind of the star of their own show, and they can just create what they want to create, you know? And I really think it's just, I mean, it's different for everybody, but no, I do not want to be a woman. I have never, ever wanted to be a woman. Um, it is hard. It is way too hard. No. Mm-mm. I just want to wake up and like throw on a t-shirt, you know what I mean? And like mess up my hair and like go out of the house and be done, you know? Sometimes I don't even want to shave. It's something that I'm so passionate about, you know, and I just, when I'm focusing on working on stuff like that, it's like I don't think about my drug use, or my, you know, my all the bad things in my life. I don't know. I just don't think about them at all. It's just like, all right, what kind of number do I want to put together? And, you know, I don't know. It's just like it's like it it's like what dancing was to me when I was younger too, you know? Um, Not that dancing is not like that today, but it's different with drag, because with drag you're like you're everything, you know? It's like I'm most of the time obviously I'm my makeup artist, I'm my stylist, I'm my, you know, I'm my own like DJ. I put together my own mixes, or I, you know, all that kind of stuff. Or I'm my own like art director, so I like fully conceptualize, you know, numbers, and it's all me. My drag has gotten so good in such a short amount of time, because I've worked really, really hard on it, that most of the time, you know, she just looks so fierce that I've got people coming up to me like, "Oh my God, girl, you are so fierce." You know, when people appreciate what you do and the work that you put in, it's like, it's really cool, you know? And I mean, I've even gotten guys come up to me like, "Will you help me with my makeup?" and all that stuff, you know? And that stuff makes me feel really, really good, you know? Because not only are they like, um, you know, they're complimenting me on my hard work, is that they're, you know, they're like asking for help. And and because I was in the program for like 6 years, I know like how hard it is for me to ask for help. And it's weird that they just know how to do it, you know? Just people, normal people just know how to ask for help. And they don't see any shame in it. And, you know, it's like I can learn from that too. I feel like so blessed that I've had the life that I've had thus far, you know? It's like I've gotten to do so many amazing things. And one thing that I like, one thing that it's is very, very easy for me to do is it's easy for me to connect to people. So that's like, because of that, I get to experience so many wonderful things, you know, and so many wonderful people. So I don't know. I mean, some favorites. Let's see. I mentioned before, you know, the VMAs with Miley Cyrus. That was amazing. You know, amazing. She she's the coolest freaking person. She really is. Like, she would come into rehearsal, and I remember the first day she came into rehearsal, and she told us what a big fan she was of all of us. Cupcake just actually opened the Marco Marco show, runway show. Marco Marco is a fashion designer, so just opened the Marco Marco show on point. I actually didn't even really realize that I was gonna open the show until like 10 minutes before. I mean, we got there and we did our makeup and all that kind of stuff, and then you know, we were getting ready to do the run through or the walk through for the show, and Marco was just like, "Cupcake, come here," and I was like, "Okay," and he was like, "Here's what you're gonna do," and I was like, "What?" You know. So, but you know, you just gotta like put on a face and work it, and it was really cool. So that's one of my favorites probably. And I'm regularly, you know, at the Abbey or at Mickey's. Drag has bettered my life tremendously, actually, because the person who first put me in drag actually became my drag mother, and his drag last name is Canne, Canne, and so that sort of became my last name, and so now I'm Cupcake Canne, you know, and it's just bettered my life because of that right there. It's like, as I said before, it's like AJ grew up like saying that he can't, you know, my inner dialogue was always like, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that, you know, and Cupcake can. It's like she can do anything that she wants, you know, and it's like she's kind of making me realize that I can as well, you know, and that's sort of like my message to everybody, that if you feel like you can't do something, you can. You just have to believe that you can, you know. It's like getting me emotional a little bit, but yeah, it's like I feel like I was supposed to find drag because of that, you know. It's like, who knows what would have happened to me if I didn't find her, you know. It's like she's super special to me.